Stop him at the 43-yard line.
Hard to imagine this is only their first drive of the game, but their defense was on the field for virtually an entire quarter. So, guys, there's a lot of pressure on this offense here to convert this third down so their defense can stay on the sideline and get their win back.
He'll let it go down the right side. And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
Love the coverage on the back end by the defense on that play. In these scramble-type situations, the quarterback's rolling out to his right. Everything breaks down, and it really gets hard on these defenders to have to stay with their man, but a good job there by the defense.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs, but I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
Now facing a third down as they come back to the line after the break.
Get set.
From the gun, wants to pass. Gonna take a shot. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Fires into traffic, intercepted. Just a short return, but that would have been icing on the cake. They've got it first down at the 42.
Safeties are in the back, and they have so much ground to cover. You see them. They can go sideline to sideline. Great job reading the quarterback's eyes, breaking on the football, going making the big turnover.
And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the mistiming.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
After the misfire, it's second down. Back to throw, it's Green. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. And the pass to the sideline will pick up a short gain.
Plays are going to break down, but that never seems to affect this quarterback. He's so athletic and so fast. He's able to avoid the pass rush, get himself on the perimeter, and now he's just using his God-given ability and his arm talent to make big time.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. Touchdown, Arkansas! That is the ultimate grab and go for the score.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And the returner will be dragged down. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him, maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
They'll give it to the back. And the Wildcats brought to the ground, but not before picking up the first.
Well, there we go. We finally see some life in this offense running the football. Nice game to pick up the first down. Got to get more of that going moving forward because they have not run it well.
Oh, it's a reverse. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Kansas State has it with another 1st and 10. Johnson wants to throw it. Using the quick game. At the 45 on his way. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. And now on second down for this offense.
325.
Quarterback will audible. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Grabs it inside the 10. Touchdown, Wildcats! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the second half. An extra point away from tying this football game. We trailed a little bit in the first half, stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the second half.
And they did tack on the extra point. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the finisher coming on that 42-yard touchdown toss. Fielded in the end zone, it's Green. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication is going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Looking to throw, it's Green. Coming after him. He looks that one in nicely. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains. Precision, execution, and timing to pick up the first down on the out route.
I think you're spot on. Those out routes, man, it's got to be about timing. You got to throw that football before he breaks. Nice job seeing it. Short yard situation, throwing the ball on the money so the receiver can get upfield and get the first down.
They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. He's looking to throw it. Dances away to buy time. And not much going on downfield. He'll just get rid of it and live to play another down.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw.
They'll line up for a second down play. He's looking to throw. With the catch, it's Jackson. And it'll be a pickup of 9. They're facing a 3rd and 1.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible, and sometimes it doesn't work in the running game, but I can throw it to them. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of it.
Coming to the line of scrimmage on 3rd down. Makes the catch. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45. They'll immediately call timeout.
It's tough on the defense there. 3rd down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
What a snag by the defense. Not a lot of room on the return, but he'd already got the most important thing, the ball, and they have it at the 46.
QBs have to understand, when I'm throwing against zones, I got to manipulate guys with my eyes. I might have to look one direction to create an opening to throw that ball or zip that ball in. I got to use touch. It's really hard when all eyes are on me, and you can tell the quarterback was not ready and did not make a good throw.
Johnson looking to throw. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion? Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. He lobs one high down the left side. And he's got it inside the 20. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. And with that field goal, they now have the lead. So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime.
That's the end of the first half. With the score, Kansas State 10.
And the Razorbacks will boot it away to start the second half.
37. Set to advance on the football.
On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They didn't, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football with accuracy.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football.
And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
And I think this team knew going into halftime trailing, their defense was going to have to step up here in the second half. And on the very first play of the third quarter, they get a sack. That is good news for this defense.
Picked off. No room to return, but no problem after making a play like that, and they'll...
Take over.
35.
Well, the defense was expecting pass on that one, 3rd and long. They dial up the perfect coverage and a great job in the back end, reading and reacting to the quarterback when the ball was in the air, coming away with a massive interception.
And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. After the lack of production in the first half, plenty to talk about. Let's see what they can dial up here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think you stay calm. I think you make adjustments, Jesse. I think you realize what they're doing to us and how can I attack that. But you also tell the guys, low-scoring game, still very much in this. We can still be who we are.
It's a good point. I think on offense, this is not the time to reinvent the wheel. I think you stay true to who you are and what your identity is. And you've got to show confidence in your guys to go out and just execute better here in the second half.
Looking to go up top on first down. He's got it on the run. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
Guys have the backfield now. It's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
He'll pick up 3 before he's downed at the 6. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. Flushed out of the pocket. Into the end zone. And he can't quite make the connection as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity.
3rd and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
Splits the uprights right down the middle. And it's a deadlock here in the third quarter after the field goal. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. And in a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just gets frustrating. And you got to put that behind you. You got to see what this defense has been doing to be so successful. Palmer, now use it against them.
Yeah, David, I think for a play caller, this is tough, right? It's like you have to have the perfect play on just to get a first down. In these types of games, I think you're just trying to get guys out in space, see if a dude can break a tackle. Maybe that generates an explosive play, and it breaks this trend.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Win with the running game on first down, now back at it. The give to the back. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. The Wildcats moving quickly to the line. On 3rd and short, the run and looking for the first down. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And just nowhere to go for that runner. He had no choice. That defense, they were bringing it up front. Everybody winning their one-on-ones, and they completely had him surrounded.
That's the end of the third quarter. And after 3, we are all tied up.
Tie game here late in the fourth. They want to control the ball, and they're not going to punt it away. They'll go for it on 4th down. Fires to the wideout. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
Great job by the defense there. They were not caught off guard in that situation on the field. This offense might decide to go for it on 4th down. They're going to make the play. Their offense now takes over, and if I'm the play caller here, I am taking a shot in a sudden change situation. Let me see if I can throw one deep and make this team pay for not getting that 4th down.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Use the play fake, now to throw. And the blitz gets to him just like that.
Nothing too exotic about that blitz right there. That's just the middle linebacker coming right up the middle of the field in the teeth of that offensive lineman. Nobody accounted for him, and he gets home.
Negative play on 1st down. That's what a defense always wants. Back to throw, it's Green. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Trying to make magic with his feet. Nice job of avoiding the sack and picking up a few on the run.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Certain moments in the game you know are just a little bit bigger. Here's one of them. Big play coming on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Flushed out of the pocket. Unleashes one. Oh, the big fella almost had the interception. Instead, it'll be 4th down.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a double.
K-State has the ball back and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, just feels like they just haven't been as physical. And for this offensive coordinator, David, he's having to go deep into the playbook just to try to generate a first down.
Well, and the good thing is there's not a ton of game pressure because the other side's not scoring either. But if you can find that one thing get that one positive play, and then maybe you get those juices going and something can start to build.
See, they need more runs like that. It's been so few and far between. Defensively, they've been in position. They've been winning their one-on-one battles, getting off of blocks and rallying to the ball carrier. This defense has done a nice job slowing down the run game thus far.
And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
You know, they pride themselves on being physical at the point of attack, dominated at the line of scrimmage. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. Kansas State pushing the pace. Johnson wants to throw it. Dumps it to the back. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
Well, they've thrown 2 straight incompletions, and they just need to play pitch and catch on this next play. They're down a possession, and you don't have to necessarily get the first down right here, but if you don't get it, you've got to at least keep the fourth down manageable to give yourself an opportunity to keep pushing the ball down the field and give yourselves a shot to win.
He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Timeout on the field, and everybody want to make sure they're organized as we come down the gut of the game. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going to go for it on 4th down. He'll sneak it. A fresh set of downs after that 4th down conversion, but still the up-tempo as they get to the line quickly. On the run, it's Giddens. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Running back searching for a hole. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. To the ground to try to move the chains. Timeout called by the defense, and the clock is stopped with 18 seconds left.
How about the job by this defense today? They knew what they were getting into. A really good running back. We talked to him this week. It was the main focus point of this offense, stopping the run game, stopping the run game. Boy, have they showed up and showed out and answered that challenge.
Going for it on 4th down late in a tie game. This is a huge play. Quarterback checking off. He just couldn't hold his water long enough at the line of scrimmage. It'll be a penalty. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. A tie game here late, and they do not want to give up this football. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll go up top, maybe a deciding play here. The sweet feet buy a little time. Now he'll throw back into the middle. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
How about that 4th quarter tie ball game, and you're still going for it? The Onions to be able to do that and call it not rewarded. Now defense is going to have to go out there, step it up, game on the line.
They'll put the ball in play from just inside their own 40 at the 39.
6-9-1, Gators score. Now 55.
Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Looking to the big tight end. Oh, and it's picked off. This could be huge in a tie game. Oh, you could just feel it. He wanted to make that a big return, but his offense would come out and take over at the 44. Line gets set, first down. Looking to move it through the air. Throws toward the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. A big play in a tie game. What a tremendous effort on the final play of regulation, but we've got overtime coming.
That's the end of regulation with the score all time.
First play of the first possession of OT. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Pulls it in. It's Sategna. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
Great job by the quarterback throwing against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
He's got it on the move. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Dragged down at the 6 after a pickup of 2.
Pickup of 2. Third down coming.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. They'll run the option. He'll pitch it. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. With a condensed field in overtime, if you can establish the run, it is a huge advantage.
Big-time advantage. You establish your physicality, come out the gates, put you in a positive way. Now,
Touchdown, Razorbacks! They jump on top here in OT. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
and I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Now on first down, they need to answer with a touchdown. It's a reverse. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, the offense dialing up the jet sweep, and I like that idea because this receiver, with his speed, you want to try to get him on the perimeter, put the ball in his hands and see what can happen.
2nd down coming up. Johnson looking to throw. Safe completion on the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
And a really nice job by the defense winning 2nd down. I think the quarterback thought he could dump this off, maybe get some positive yards, set up a good 3rd down. The defense did a great job responding and getting that running back on the ground.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. You know this sophomore has a big arm, and there were some revolutions on that one.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He wants to throw here on 2nd down. Got it behind the line. It's Giddens. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
This linebacker is a special player because not only is he good making tackles in the open field, this guy can cover, and you saw a great example of it with that running back.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. And the pressure gets there, and down he goes at the 18. Does the drama get any thicker? The offense comes to the line on 4th down here in overtime. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Unleashes to the end zone. Oh, and it's intercepted, a turnover in overtime. And that will put a stamp on it. A game decided.